This is a FouAVO Studio podcast.
Yo. Welcome to episode 4 of the Not Fully There podcast with Dion Davis. All I really need is about 20 minutes of your time. Each episode is about 20 minutes. I record a new podcast is pretty much available every Wednesday and Saturday on Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and eventually some other podcasting hosting sites. Usually the topics come to me during the weeks, or or basically around the time I actually upload my podcast. This week alone, I started streaming on Twitch more, and also the podcast I did with one of my YouTuber friends, Eric. He posted his new podcast, Going Deep. I'll put it in the link in the description of all the podcasts and stuff. I would go ahead and try to splice it through, but I'm currently streaming on Twitch while I'm recording this, so it's a lot happening on my screen right now. So I'm trying to keep down the frames. But today's episode, I want to talk about fashion. And I'm going to be talking about fashion from my perspective, because I don't have a sense of fashion. I don't have a sense of anything, really. I know that down the line, I want to kind of get into dressing properly for my age. I'm 29, and I dress as though as I'm in my 20s. Like I dress casually. Or I dressed, what's the word they use? They use urban casual. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Why did it do it like this? Hold on, I gotta fix my my audio, because it just basically just cut the whole thing out slowly when it wasn't even supposed to do that. That's weird, because it was supposed to drop down a long time ago. Like a good minute ago. I just fixed it mid on the internet. So I've been doing a lot today, or this weekend. This weekend has been a lot happening. I wanted to talk about some of the stuff on Twitter, like the whole Adam22 and Alina the plug type stuff. But I don't want to get to a point where I'm talking about like one day I'm talking about how people can't be creative on the internet, yet the next episode is about porn stars. I mean, that's not what I do. But I do want to say is that I'm happy that I'm getting into the stuff I used to do. I like how I'm getting back into doing podcasts. This one is something that I can work on when I can. 100% Random is coming back. I was just talking to Kels. He's one of the hosts on the podcast. I just was talking to him the other day. We're trying to get it started. I mean, trying to get it started back up. And then we have some other stuff that we want to do. Most likely would be all in the FouAVO podcast ethos verse. And I feel like if I use Twitch to promote it, because currently right now, as I'm recording this, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm streaming the past 3 episodes, and I'm trying to keep track of what I'm doing, because I'm gonna have to restart all of them, because I only have 3 episodes available. I could put on 100% Random, but that means I have to redo my whole screen. But trying to get back onto old habits, or trying to get back into old things that was enjoyable, it takes time to get into it. And same thing when it comes to my weight. I got to get back on my weight management. Same thing with hygiene. You should always keep yourself clean, but sometimes you forget to brush your teeth twice a day. You might do it once, because you're so busy in the day. It's the fact that I'm also going to be connecting this to my fashion sense as well. I don't have a sense of urgency. And I use that word lightly. I use the word urgency really lightly, because if something's happening, I'm quick on it. I'm quick on it. If the situation it works well for it. I'm really quick on my feet just to figure out a solution to take care of whatever I have to take care of. But I can tend to be extremely lazy, and that most likely is like, oh no, I just brought up the wrong thing on my screen. Not the wrong thing on my screen, but I'm trying to, there we go. I'm trying to fix my wavelengths on my screen because I'm doing this live, or I'm recording this live. I don't really think I'm going to do too much edits because I found the act of performing on the internet live for hours without saying the wrong thing. Nah, but like I feel like I've gotten lazy over the years. That's why I feel like I haven't done anything with FouAVO. I feel like I haven't really done anything with my YouTube channel. This is Dion 14. And the same thing for any of my other channels. Like I have equipment that I can use to basically potentially make myself a lot of money. I have a video camera. I have a DSLR. I have like a lot of things that I can easily use to benefit my. Hold on, I gotta turn my notifications off. I have a lot of things that can benefit me to make money and support my home a little bit faster than what I'm doing right now with whatever I'm getting from job related stuff or whatever I'm trying to do online. And like I explained in the podcast that I'm in, the Going Deep first episode, I explained that, you know, it takes time for people to get where they have to be. It takes advertising. It takes commitment. It takes everything. If the way you wanna live your life online, it's the way some of you should live your life if you're in a friendship and a relationship. It's gonna It's gonna be a hard work. Sometimes you feel like it's not gonna work, but you got to keep building and building and building because, like for example, you're always gonna start off with 0 viewers. Like I've been streaming pretty much 2 days in a row and I got 1 follower. My Twitch account has been around since 2012, and I had to like change things up, and I started streaming in like 2020, then work out too well, and then boom, like I'm trying to start this up now. It's hard to get to where you want to be in anything without you showing people that you're confident enough. You're showing people that, hey, I'm here, I'm doing this, I want to be seen. Sometimes that comes with your attitude, sometimes that comes with your appearance, and sometimes that comes with just overall the way you handle yourself. And over the past few episodes, I occasionally mentioned therapy, that I've been in therapy. I've been in therapy almost like 3-4 years now. My therapist is a cool dude, chill dude. Over the years, you know, we tackled a lot of the bigger things that I have dealt with in my life. Sometimes that comes down to I don't have a sense of fashion, or I don't have a sense of this and this, and it feels like if I had these things, I'll feel more confident. Like if I had the tendencies to show that, hey, I'm here. I'm more of a laid back dude. So when you meet me if some people meet me for the first time, they're very, this dude's vibe is way off. This dude, yo, I don't want to be near this dude. He's too quiet. But once I get to know you and I know that, hey, you're a cool person, you're not gonna be out here trying to disrupt my energy, I'll show you my energy. I'm a really wild, fun guy to hang out with. If you become good friends with me, you're friends with me for the rest of your damn life, and if you want to. That's why a lot of things that I do when it comes to either podcast or any type of video stuff, if you fuck with me, I fuck with you. You know, and I like that same energy that people give to me, like with Eric, the dude I did the podcast with. I made my podcast. It's a cringe video. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. It's from like almost as of this recording is 9 years ago, but in like a month from now it'll be 10, or 2 months from now it'll be 10 years since I made it. Just the time, because I met up with him, or I started like making videos with him during my time with Awesomeness TV in 2013. So, and it was pretty cool how like I only did a few videos with Awesomeness before they got rid of my like partnership, because they really add me on because I was recording music videos with some of my friends back in high school, and overall it was just bullshit because I don't really want to get into the whole Awesomeness TV thing, but it made me felt like I can get a little bit further in my career on YouTube. Like I did numbers a little bit, but it slowly went down, and I did not know how to take care of trying to get that traction back. And that's kind of like also relates to what I've been doing since I've been off and on hiatuses with FouAVO, with my personal stuff for like over the past FouAVO's been around for almost 8 years now. So it's been like up and down, and it's like complicated to kind of like get things started. Or not even get started, but kind of keep the momentum going. And I feel like with the podcast and the podcast network, and then I'm slowly can get that momentum back, doing the Twitch streams, doing a little bit of YouTube videos, trying to see what gets what. So it's an experiment. That's the thing. You should be able to experiment. So I want to start trying to experiment myself into like fashional stuff. Like if you go ahead and like watch a video on TikTok or Twitter or any other stuff, you occasionally see like that video that Steve Harvey did where like you need to buy yourself a brown suit. You need to buy yourself 5 suits. A brown, give yourself 5 colors. So because basically you can, with 5 suits, you can make as many combinations you want. You can have a brown jacket with black pants, or you have a black pants with you have brown pants with a black shirt. I mean black coat or whatever the hell it's called. And then, buy yourself 5 shirts, change it. You can automatically, every single time, you have different ways to basically like make different combinations with 5 suits or 5 shirts. Like, and I used that same mentality when I bought this house. I was using that same mentality early on. Like, all right, let's get my finances inside. We can try to do this and do this and this and this and this, and then I can easily get everything for the house. That still can happen now. It's just that with things, you lose focus once you get behind on one thing, and you could use that for anything in life. If you get behind on your car payments, but you need to make sure your family's fed. You need to make sure your significant other, your dogs or whatever are fed. You need to make sure that everybody's fed in the house. Okay, and it gets. Hold on, I gotta restart the thing on the stream. You got to make sure the bigger priorities are made first. Now you could say that a car and the car note is a priority, but is the car going to help you feed your family? And I'm not using my own personal experiences as like an example. I'm just saying in general is that it's difficult to get to where you want to be in your life, in your goals, when you don't know where you want to go. And that was like the theme of most of my therapy sessions for pretty much a good year. I didn't know what I wanted to do for myself because like I guess because like before I bought this house, it took me about a year to like finalize everything. So after the first year after I bought this house, this during the time I started talking to my therapist more because like we were like explaining my goals and explaining stuff because all my goals were basically up to getting the house, establishing, new boundaries, establishing new things to start, and trying to get back on track with my weight and confidence and all the other stuff. And it took me time to just realize that my confidence does not have to be shown all the time. But I feel like it needs to have a image. And it could sound complicated in my own mind and just bringing it out via like audio waves right now, but I wish that my confidence had an image. And just like for you or anybody that it's going to be difficult to get an image out there because nobody wants to see the images. Nobody wants to see an image unless you're actually paying it or shove it into people's faces. That's like the only thing that kind of like works. Like you have to shove things in people's faces and shove things in their ear just so they can listen to you. That's why that's why the last episode it's hard to get people's ears and eyes on things because people are overshadowing you. Like if you right now started to post more on Instagram, what you're going to post on Instagram? If you're a female, are you going to do a bunch of thirst traps? If you're like a dude, you're going to do the same exact thing. Like that's the confidence that you want people to show. Like, oh, I don't care about what people think. Look at me, I'm confident in my own body. That's why that could be the reason why people do things that they do on Instagram or any other photo sharing website. It's like the confidence in you that gets you where you want to be. You want to let people see that you're confident and they believe in you. That's why people follow people on YouTube or they follow people on things like that, because of the energy that they give, and the confidence that they provide. And sometimes that energy and that confidence can come from a internal or come from a physical aspect. But sometimes it's a combination of both. If you're physically mentally sane and you're confident in your mental stability, then that's the thing that you will show to people. If you're confident in your physical ability and you show people that, hey, I can do this and this and this, how I in my case, I slouch down all the time, and that's just because I'm always in the computer and that's how I am. But sometimes I keep my head down because I don't like direct eye contact. That can be part of something that you can work on. And I've been working on that for years. I've been told, yo, you need to sit up straight, keep your eye on, look straight. There's a video on I saw on Twitter like years ago. I think it was some basketball game. Some dude like helped out his teammate, helped out his posture and put his head up high. Because if you have your head up high, people will understand that you're not sitting there in like stress. And I started noticing this in my dog a lot. My dog, her name is Jada, beautiful Jada. She's beautiful. Okay. I'm still streaming on Twitch right now. Okay. Yeah, but my dog, she is a complicated thing. And I see that like as she's getting older in human years, drastically on how she's handling herself is a little bit concerning, but at the same time, she understands what she wants to do. She understands that that myself and Dawn, like we're trying to help her out, and it's like I understand that it doesn't matter. Like dogs don't understand the difference between confidence. They don't. They just understand that that they have to survive, and there's humans to help them out, and sometimes we should be able to add that to our everyday lives. Like we have people in our lives who are able to help us out. We interact with people to feed off their energy. And sometimes their energy is either good or bad. It depends on who you hang out with. It depends on who's who, because it either will help out your confidence level, it will help out whoever you want to be in your life, and most likely it might be able to help you in your fashion sense or whatever. So basically, at the end of the day, what this whole entire episode is about, I'm trying to change up my fashion sense. I'm trying to change up the way I look. Maybe I want to wear more suits. Maybe I should wear more things that make me a adult. Is that how I feel? Like, is that the image that I want to show? Or maybe is that just that I think it's just time for me to make a change in just my appearance? Because as we grow, we change. Everybody has to go through some type of change in their life. Nobody's ever going to be the same exact way. And I've noticed that from watching my old videos. I've changed a lot in my life. And based off from the friendships and the relationships I've been in, I've changed as a human being. It's myself. And that's all because of the way that you present yourself and the way that you handle yourself. And quite frankly, the best way to handle your life is to handle life. So with that being said, thank you for checking out the episode 4 of the Not Fully There podcast with Dion Davis. I'll see you Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drink some water and support your local black businesses. Peace.
This is a FouAVO Studio podcast.